Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we are looking at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from Boom Studios issue 102. And firstly, let me apologize because I am at least 3 issues behind on doing these videos. So, not gonna make excuses. I've been reviewing other things and this has taken the back burner, so I do apologize. So this is written by Melissa Flores, if I pronounce that correctly. Apologies if I pronounce any of these names incorrectly. And Simona Di Gianfelice. Yeah, that was terrible. Once again, apologies. Colors by Raul Angulu and letters by Ed Dukeshire. And cover is by Mateus Manhaninia. Anyway, we go back 3 years. So Melissa clearly likes Ryan's Go Power Rangers run because this is something that he did every issue. We would go back in time and show us things of the past, whether it be from villains or the good guys. And in this one is particularly around Matt dating Kimberly, and Matt actually is the reason Kimberly, Zach, and Trini actually become friends. So, and apparently the first date or first time they met didn't go so well. Can't remember if that was shown in this or in an earlier run. Like I said, I'm a few issues behind. I've forgotten what happened last issue. So anyway, they seem to hit it off this time round, which is great. Let me just adjust my light. There we go, that's a little bit better. So meanwhile, now they are on the moon on a mission to rescue Zed, and they discover Rita has pretty much I can't say the word. She's taken Zed out of the picture anyway. So Rita's escaped the dumpster. We're not sure how or why. And she's intrigued that there's a new Green Ranger. She's intrigued to find out who that Green Ranger is. And obviously the Tommy is obviously there. So, and she announces that she's Rita no longer. She is Mistress of Bio. So, not that it matters, because the Rangers are going to help them, are going to save the day. So, Rita actually removes Zed's helmet, and this is a little bit of payback of how he treated her. And we see under the hood there, he's skull face because it's melted away, and that's why he wears the mask. So interesting that has happened. I expected it to be a bit more gruesome, but it is basically a skull at the end of the day, which fits well with the Vials, because Vodo was a skull and Master Vial was a skull. So when he marries Rita in the future, you know, it becomes, well, the Skull family. So anyway, Tommy says, hate to interfere this lovers squabble. So very interesting. And do you know how in real life, some people sometimes fall in love after they've actually not liked each other. They actually don't like each other to begin with. In fact, some people hate each other to begin with, and then eventually they fall in love. So, you know, actually in some ways, Rita and Zed does make sense, because, and don't get me wrong, there is a magic potion and a plot in there from Rita in the show, and eventually they actually love each other by the end of it. So, you know, bit of interest. So they go for it. They go for the battle. You know, you get Matt trying to stab her in the gut, which is poetic apparently. But this dude comes out of the way and just smashes his visor against a wall, which is absolutely brilliant. And this is her new friend, so I'm presuming this is the person that released her. And she also makes fun of the Rangers' teamwork by saying that I've learned some as well. So Tommy calls for backup. He realized we're in trouble. We got Rita. Let's be honest, I don't think we ever saw him fight Rita in the show. So it's quite cool that this is happening, and Rita's quite fly. Great things that comics can do. Meanwhile, Aisha and Rocky are facing against the throne, which is absolutely bonkers. And then you just get Vincent just in the background like some sort of priest. He's a little bit menacing. It's quite bizarre, and I really liked Vincent's arc back in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I think it was between like issue 16 to 23, or maybe 17 to 23, 24. In fact, it finishes in 24, and it's quite interesting. But he was always loyal to Rita. Now he makes a point to, he calls Aisha yellow-bellied ranger and run off, etc. And then the plot between her and Rocky is to sort of distract the throne to go and attack them, and then he comes in and cuts it in half, so that, and then they just run off. And then Squat just comes in and says, "Oh, they got away. Rita isn't going to like this." So Squat is a Rita sympathizer. So I'm just saying that because there's a reason why I say that. And obviously, Finster is as well. Well, that was always a given. He was always had it back, no matter what. And apparently, if she doesn't take them on, the vessel will. So I guess that's this new friend, and I guess we'll learn more about this friend as I get into these issues and I try and catch up quite sharpish. Meanwhile, Billy is trying to get Gunk out of the Dragonzord and having no luck, and Goldar suggests there is another way out. So Tommy, realizing that they can't escape, says, "We need to get out of here." He's willing to sacrifice himself while the others escape. So we get a bit of comical events. "Careful, you idiot!" And then Matt's like, "I don't take orders from meat skeletons." So they're finding a way, and then you hear Rhea saying, "You're so predictable, Tommy. You and your Rangers, truly Zorn's children, so ready to die for those less deserving." And I think this strikes a chord with Matt, because Matt, for all his being a Green Ranger, he's probably always felt undeserving of this power and outside of the loop. And we'll get back into that in a minute. Meanwhile, Serpentera, they get on board. They are getting ready to go. And Matt's missing. Matt's all of a sudden missing. There are super parties swarming down here towards the big Zord. Meanwhile, Tommy he's getting brutalized. So Kimberly goes back for Tommy and loses her powers quite swiftly. And then they're trying to escape, and Matt tries to bring up the rear. However, Matt makes the almost sacrifice by blocking them out and saying, "Go, go." So time is off in essence. They are about to be overrun. Matt's missing, and they've got decisions to make. Decisions that affect their friends, because they are coming. So they're there very quickly. Evil is there. They are attacking the Zord. And Billy says, Matt says it's okay. "I'm the spare, right? You can stand to lose me. You know that. Go, you're the main team." And he's probably felt like this all along, all this time, And there have been times when Matt first came into it as a Green Ranger. I was hoping they were going to make him evil or something. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is what's going to happen. But I always felt like he was too pushy to be a Ranger. But in reality, he probably just wanted to fit in. He just wanted to be part of that team. That well-oiled Mighty Morphin Power Ranger team. Those friends. And, he was previously friends with the team before. They were his friends. And these new guys, he just wants to be part of that team. But he's willing to sacrifice himself because he realizes that, what am I to them? They can go. Go save the world. Come back. Be victorious, etc. So they run. They run quite quickly. And it's not a smooth escape. And they end up landing on Earth. badly bruised and beaten. And you get this tear for Kimberly, and we get Matt left there. And guess who has plans for him? Well, Mistress Fire, of course, and we wouldn't expect anything less. She always likes a Green Ranger. Always has liked a Green Ranger. And then we pretty much end it, because there is trouble. Even though I believe the Rangers intend to go back for Matt. You know, they're not just going to leave him there. In regards of their, these shaky foundations, potentially he is their friend, and potentially he could help them save the world. But Zed says, you know, she gets what she came for, which is a Zero Crystal. She's after the Zero Crystal with this creature here. So it's very, very interesting. And very interesting to see Zed, Skullman going on there. So an interesting development. And also, if you like my video, I do have some CGCs coming back. So make sure you check out that video as well. If you like my channel, obviously subscribe. That would be great. Thank you to those that are already subbed, obviously. This was a really good issue. I really did enjoy it. There were moments of great growth, character growth, etc. in here that was really spot on. I feel like Melissa will get better with this. But so far she's doing really well. I'm really liking what she's doing, and I guess time will tell off whether this is a long-term relationship or it's just give Ryan a break so he can work on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Power Rangers crossover. I'm not sure. So time will tell whether she's long-term, or like Margaret, a few years back, she did a short stint as well. And we will find out whether she's got a couple of story arcs and she moves on, or what's next. So anyway, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Look after yourself. Embrace geekiness. Goodbye, folks.